What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video I will be showing you guys all of the new products and demoing them that I picked up in my Sephora savings event haul. I also did throw in a couple other products that I did already have, but you can still pick up during the Sephora savings event. One of them being this Hourglass. It's like a blush highlighter bronzer type of situation. So I did pick up the tiger print one. Again, I had this one prior to the savings event. This one is more suitable for my skin tone. I also did throw in the House Labs bronzer. I do have mine in the shade number 8, so I am going to go ahead and play with that one today, as well as my tried and true One Size Turn Up the Base powder foundation. Mine is in the shade medium dark 1 neutral golden. So I did go ahead and test out a new primer, a new setting powder. We have a lot of goodies today. So with that being said, before we jump into today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below of, regarding this look, and if these are some of the products that you picked up, if you did pick up any of them, and how you feel about them. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as all of those things definitely help my channel. And without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into today's look. Alright, you guys, so of course I'm going to do a voiceover for the portion of the video where I'm applying the makeup. But for starters, as a transition shade, I do want to go ahead and start off with the shade Rebel in the palette. So I feel like this is a very nice light apricot, however you want to say it, type of transition shade. Now I did go ahead and prime the lids using my Juvia's Place I Prime in the shade number 2, and again we are just going to pack that color onto, like, basically pretty much in our crease area. So next I'll be going in with the shade Legacy, just to kind of deepen up the crease area and just kind of help blend and diffuse those two colors together. Now we're going to deepen up the outer crease, or like the outer part of the eye, and we're going in with the shade Confident. This is the darkest shade in the palette that, as far as like a matte shade. Now there is a black called Purpose, and then there is a shade called Worthy, which is also like a deep brown, but those are more of like those creamy, like gel formula type of eyeshadows. So I feel like those are better, and a lot of people use them more to add a base under a shade if you want to amp it up a little bit more. But again, this is the deepest matte in the shade. Alright, so initially I was going to go in with the shade Charisma for the lid shade, but I feel like that's the shade that a lot of people were gravitating towards. So I ended up going in with the shade Limitless. Now, as you can see, when I tried to grab this with the brush and apply it, it did not pick up whatsoever. This is definitely like a pressed foil type of shade. So you would definitely have to either go in with your hand, like with your finger, or obviously wet the brush or have some type of base set down on the eye before going in with this shade in particular. I also wanted to add another shade onto like the center of the lid. So I went in with the shade Courageous, but I like it. It's a pretty purplish, pinkish shade, but it definitely is somewhat of a sheen. It's not as powerful, so I definitely feel like maybe with that shade too, you would have to kind of spray your brush before applying it to get the best impact of that shade. And again, I'm just trying to build up the shade Limitless, but as you can see, I feel like if you don't go down with a base, it could get flaky, in my opinion. I'm going in with the Rare Beauty liquid eyeliner in black. This is a part of the Rare Beauty bundle set that I did pick up. And what I will say offhand, this is very easy to work with. Personally, I like it, especially speaking from someone that is not good with liquid liners. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Now, the moment I've been waiting for, that I was so very thirsty to try, this is the Peace Out Instant Pore Perfector. This is a primer. It retails for $28. It says it is good for redness, good for pores, without silicone, cruelty-free, and it does have niacinamide. The claim says this is a lightweight silicone-free pore perfector that blurs the look of pores, reduces visible redness while helping to improve the look of skin texture over time. So if you notice, it does have some type of tint to it. That obviously doesn't show on the face, but I definitely feel like that's a part of kind of evening out that tone and covering up the redness. Now, to go in with foundation, I am using the Sephora number 70 brush along with my House Labs Triclone Skin Tech medium coverage foundation, and I do have mine in the shade 330, which is a medium cool. What I will say about the brush, it is very stiff. Very stiff. There is no easy swipe, and I did notice that it soaked up a lot of my product. What I will say though, this brush I feel would be great for cream bronzer, cream contour, whatever you want to call it. It will be perfect for that purpose. Now, I did notice once I went in and actually applied the foundation directly to my face instead of taking it on the brush first, I feel like that worked better if you are going to use this brush for foundation. But you will see that I do use the mini version of this brush for my cream bronzer, and I feel like it worked so perfect. So that to me is going to be my new go-to brush for cream bronzer for sure. For concealer, because this is a creamy formula, it doesn't dry down really fast, or it doesn't look cakey if you allow it to sit. Again, this is the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer. I did pick this new shade up during the sale when I first started shopping, and this is in the shade 26 Neutral. I feel like it is a great shade for me. And then for cream bronzer, I am going in with the LYS No Limits cream bronzer and contour stick. I have mine in the shade Courage, which is for tan skin tones. And also, as I mentioned, we are going to use the new Fenty Beauty Blush Duo. This is a part of their holiday collection as well. So I personally am just going to mix both shades together and see what kind of look, comes out. I feel like clearly it's going to be a great match, just mixing the two together. But first, I do want to go ahead and blend out that cream bronzer. So as you can see, just with like a stamping motion, this is the mini Sephora Collection 70.5 Pro Foundation Brush. I feel like this works better with my cream bronzer products. It's not so much product that you have to blend out. So this is definitely very easy to just kind of stamp that product in. No, you know, it's not necessary to do the swiping motion, but I feel like this definitely helped blend it out. Not only that, this is an amazing cream bronzer as well. So this only retails for $19. If you have not tried it, I definitely say get on Sephora and purchase this product, especially while the sale is going on. Again, don't forget the Sephora Holiday Savings Event sale does end on November 7th. So we have a good 6 days left, you guys. Now, on my e.l.f. Cosmetics, this is like the Duo foundation brush. I am taking that cream blush. Again, I mixed both shades together. And I feel like this is very pretty. It's a nice wash of color. I feel like it is buildable, so you don't necessarily get so much on the brush when you first dip in. But I genuinely really do like the blush, and I feel like it worked pretty well. And now I'm blending out that concealer with my sponge. And again, as you can see, I blended out cream bronzer, added cream blush, and blended in this concealer. I feel like it dries down very slowly but nice. So now going in with the House Labs by Lady Gaga. This is her loose setting powder. I have mine in the shade Golden. And I do have this on a Morphe brush. I will have the number of the brush down below. But I love how this brush just fits and picks up. For this to have a net on it, it picks up a nice amount of powder. So that to me is a plus, because I know a lot of people don't like the nets that are on the loose powders, but this definitely worked out very well. The shade is perfect for me. It doesn't add any like darkness like some loose setting powders do. It gives me the right amount of brightness without doing too much. Now going in and with a pressed foundation powder. This is the one size turn up the base powder foundation in the shade Medium Dark 1 Neutral Golden. And I'm just kind of taking that to set, again, that cream bronzer and the blush that we put down. So this is just pretty much locking it in to make sure that it doesn't move. But then we obviously do go back in with powder bronzer and powder blush to make sure that, you know, we get some of that color back in after we went in with those different powders. So now going in with the 50.5, this is the Sephora Pro Collection powder brush. And I'm just kind of taking that House Labs bronzer. Again, mine is in the shade number 8, and I'm just using this brush to bronze. This honestly is my favorite brush out of the 2 brush sets that I purchased during this sale. I really love this this powder brush. I really do, and I feel like it works perfectly for the powder bronzer. So now going in with the Hourglass Ambient. I don't even know what type of palette to call this. It's a long name. And that's me telling my 2-year-old not to touch the lights and the camera. Jesus. But I did point to the shade that I used. It's very pretty. This palette is honestly $85. So if you really did want to pick it up, if you really do like the color story, now is the time. I am very upset with myself that I did not wait for the sale to pick this up because it was so expensive. And of course, with the price point, I'm like, girl, if you don't use that palette. So definitely had to pull that one out for today. And then for lip liner, I am going in with the Melt Cosmetics lip liner in Caffeine, which I do not see this on Sephora anymore. So I'm not sure if they're not bringing it back, or I don't know what's going on. Now, I was going to initially go in with the Makeup by Mario like lip plumping serum, but I decided to just go in with the Too Faced Too Faced Bold Lady lipstick, and I'll have the name on the screen. So of course I'm going to go in with the gloss. This is the Tower 28 gloss in the shade Dream. So this is a part of their holiday set as well. I did show you guys that I picked this up also during the Sephora savings sale. This is pretty much like a clear gloss with like a like a rose gold type of shimmer in it. I don't notice any shimmer or any glitter on the lips. What I will say is I don't like the way that this lip gloss smells. That is one thing I don't like about Tower 28 compared to Kaja. Alright you guys, so let's make this outro simple. As far as everything that I use today, I love it. I honestly really do. And just let me look. I love the way that the House Labs setting powder just kind of smooth me out, blur me out. I really do like how I'm looking. I feel like I have this glow to me. Now, I will say that I kind of feel like it is the new skincare that I use. So today was my first day of actually using the Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops, the Kosas Spray Serum. So kind of incorporated some new skincare, and I honestly had a glow all day up until me starting my makeup. So I definitely think that is part of it. So this primer, I definitely feel like I do see like some type of smoothness. It does not claim to be mattifying. It's just simply a pore filling you know, type of primer. So I definitely see that. When it comes to the Huda Beauty Empowered palette, it's a beautiful palette. I love the way the shades laid on top of each other, how they built up. The only thing that I would suggest with this shade Limitless, it is definitely a pressed glitter foil type of shade. So I would highly recommend, before using this shade, to go in with some type of glitter glue before placing that onto, you know, the lids, because I could see how it could definitely get a little messy. Prior to me going in with the primer and foundation, I did have to kind of clean up on, you know, under my eyes pretty much, which usually is not a bad thing. Sometimes we have to do that even with matte shades, but that is my one recommendation when using that particular shade in the palette, is to go down with some type of glitter glue, because it can look a little messy, and you know. So I don't want to say just yet that it is my least favorite shade, but next time I will definitely keep in mind to go in with my glitter glue and see how it plays out. Other than that, everything I did, like, you know, that I used. The Fenty Beauty Cream Blush Duo is definitely beautiful when mixed together, and that's honestly what I did with this product. I knew that that's something that I wanted to do from start, just to kind of blend them together and see what look it creates. So again guys, I feel like this was pretty good. What I will say too, if you have not tried the Rare Beauty liquid liner and mascara, please pick up this duo. This is also another thing that I would highly recommend that you pick up. For both, it was $28 in the holiday set, so it's definitely a good deal. When I tell you this, I'm not good at liquid liner. I've mentioned this plenty of times, but it was so easy to work with. I didn't have like that skipping when you're trying to stroke and create the line. It doesn't feel dry, but it's not overly liquidy to where it's like it could be messy, because I've also had that as well. Mascara is bomb, and even though the wand is still somewhat on the thick side, it worked perfectly for getting my lower lash line. So definitely very excited that I did pick this up. So that is it for today's video, you guys. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I seem all over the place. I just wanted to try to make sure that I hit every product that I used in today's video, but for the most part I'm really liking it. Let me know in the comments as well if you guys want to see me do a side-by-side comparison with this primer and then the Cali Ray primer, which is the one that I genuinely have been loving and liking. So let me know, because we could do that and maybe do like a full day wear test. I also have a shop my stash coming up that I want to do, so definitely stay tuned for that as well. But that is it, you guys. I hope you all stay safe out there, be blessed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.